Hello everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be doing another installation of our A to Z times 2 series, and we are going to be doing hinges today. And for those that are following along, please remember to tag me in your creations with hashtag A to Z times 2 so that we can all see your creations. And if you would like to join our our Facebook page, then I will leave the link down below. It is Sunny Creates Junk Journal, so quite a few people do post their creations on that Facebook page, so that we see each other's work and we get inspired by it as well. I also have Instagram where you can tag me as well. Okay, and it is Sunny Creates on Instagram, so you can do that as well, as long as somehow or the other, if you would like to share your creations from this series, you can go ahead and do so. So let's get started. Hinges. So I'm doing something a bit different today, in the sense that I wanted to take you through some ways in which we can use hinges in our journals, and then I will take you through one that we can do together. Okay, right, so how do we use what are hinges? Well, I don't know what other people say about hinges, but to me, a hinge, I've been playing around already with inks today. A hinge is anything where you can add your ephemera, or a page, an extra page, or something on those lines there, where it creates kind of like a flip over or flip out, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so the first type of hinge I wanted to show you is this. Now this is a CD holder, and I use my kit, and I kind of collage this here, and I added a writing space in it, and I'm not sure, I don't think I did this on video, but nevertheless this is what it looks like on this side here. Okay, so if you look at the CD, come on, don't misbehave, there we go. If you look at the CD cover, it always has a flip. Well, not really. So you get a CD cover and you get a CD sleeve, and the CD sleeve may not have the flip, but with these ones here, they like basically an envelope, but just to fit a CD in it. Okay, so they have this here. Now the way or the manner in which this is decorated, you are going to probably be seeing it upside down or something like that, which may not make sense to you, but I just decided to show you an example of what a flip can be. Okay, so you can have a flip going like this. So you glue this down onto the, not a flip, a hinge. Okay, you glue this down to the page, but you should be strengthening this, because that's the difference between a hinge and this flip. So what you would do is, probably on this side over here, you are going to do something like this. Let's see. I thought I kept my material to one side, but I didn't. So I did, but I can't find it. So let's see, right? Let's take some of this out here. Okay, in the whole idea, I think when you do a a hinge, is to make sure, there it is, here, to make sure that your hinge is supported. meaning that it's strong enough, because it's going to play a role, and that role is to turn or flip whatever it is that you are, you know, attaching to it over. So normally what will happen is that you will do something like that, okay, and you can use material, you can use micropore. I'm going to show you what micropore looks like just now, okay, and you then will add it to your case like this, and you will run some glue on it. You can even sew it, remember. Now you can sew it on like that over there, right? So sew it like that to the corner there, I mean like that, and then, so if that is sewn there, the reason why I don't want to do it obviously is because this is not going to be shown the right way. And then if you sew that part on, and you sew that part on, or glue that part to the page, so this is what you're going to have, and you glue this down, you're going to have this that actually strengthens it. Or you can even do this, which is even sturdier, but when you do this, what you'll need to do is you will need to you know, decorate your page afterwards, right? Decorate your, so put this down first and then decorate your page. And what this actually does is it provides the strength that is required, as I mentioned. So something like that, and then you flip it over, and you can do that, and that edge is being strengthened, right? So you can do that with that. That may not be a fantastic example of what it is all about, but definitely something like that. Then you can do this here, right? So this is an envelope here, and it's creating a hinge as well here. So what you can do here, and I'm going to show you this one here now, right? I just forgot to so it's a lot like a flip in a way, depending on what you're going for, okay. Here, like that, for example, and then you can do that. I like that. So now what you have is you have the hinge. So this becomes your envelope for you to be able to stick something through into, and that becomes your hinge. I mean, sorry, your hinge on that side. So once again, here too, if you would like to, and you know that there's going to be a lot of wear and tear on it, then I would suggest that you put your paper down, okay. Right, so this may not be your typical hinge, okay, but it can be done for that purpose. Better still, if you would like, put your material on the inside like that there, and then you know, it will provide the protection it needs, or the stability that it needs on that side over there, okay. So let's try and do that. That was not going to be what I wanted to do, but let's try and do that, okay. And then I'll take another piece out. So I hope you were well, and I'm coming to you in the afternoon here in South Africa, and the weekend is almost over. Now I know that this is not the way people typically do it, so it's kind of the way I want to show you how it can be done as well. I suppose I can do that later, right? use it to protect your work. And there we go. So now this part here is nice and stable. Okay, and you can then add a piece of paper inside to hide that, but I mean, really, to me it looks pretty enough. Right, now what I want to show you on this side is that you can turn this part into 2 pockets. What you're going to do here is you're going to run your fabric glue from here all the way down here. Okay, that way. There, like that, and we'll allow that to dry before I come back and show you that. Okay, and maybe let's not let it dry, let's before we do that. So here's your fold here, so just on this side of it you can also add some here. Now don't add it too far off, so your fold to your right of your fold, you're going to add it. Okay, and I'll show you why just now. So you can also add that there, and then let's put it back. Let's put it back and let's match the glue that's already there with the glue that's on there, and we'll let it dry. We let it sit and dry. And what is the idea of this is that this becomes a flip, a pocket, and this becomes a pocket as well. But I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm going to show you. So see, this is it on this side. Okay, so let's just move it a little bit more in there, a little bit more in, so that it lines up. Yes, there we go, and that's that there. And we'll look at that just now, and that's one of them. The other one is, I think I've got it in here if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am, maybe it's still in here, maybe it's here. So we've shown you 2 now, and there's another one here. Now this one, I just used washi tape on it. I used washi tape and I got that to be the hinge. And the reason I could get away with it is because I'm kind of flipping it inwards, if you could see that. Okay, so there's not much of stress on this here because it is flipping into the book. So I think, in my opinion, if it's flipping out of the book, you need a little bit more strength. It must have a little bit more stability, and you need to strengthen that a little bit more. But if you're doing it this way, to me, yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, you may have a different opinion on it, and that's another one where we can take our washi tape and we can add a hinge to that. Okay, so let's wait for that to dry. Then here's another one where we made a hinge. Now this is covered in one of our videos as well. Okay, so hinge. We made a hinge here with scrap pieces of paper. Okay, so that's also a hinge. That. Okay, so there's really different types of hinges. Okay, that one there. Can you see? Oopsie. There you go. And there we go. So now that's a hinge as well. And all we did on that one was we took a scrap of paper and I ran it through a crimper and cut it, and I just pasted it on that half of the circle and that half of the circle, and it's this hinge. Okay, that's another one there. And then I thought this one I will show you what I'm going to be doing here. And I took a pizza box on this one here. I added some distress ink on it, and I ran it through the embossing machine, although you might not really see that, but I did. Okay, it's not very clear, and I didn't really want it to be that clear, and I kept it quite plain. And the reason why I kept it quite plain was because I am going to add that and then that, so it becomes a bit like a trifold tag, but it's a bit different. Okay, it has a hinge on it now. And while I took that piece to do that, it means that I need to cut out another piece for this here. So just bear with me when I cut out a piece here. Okay. Now, I don't like my pieces to be too thick. And the reason why I don't like my pieces to be too thick is because then it covers up something else. Now, what I would say that you can do is that if you are fussy and you don't want to see the material, or not fussy, if it's just not your preference, right? We all have our preferences. Then after you glue this on, you can then glue some paper, decorative paper, tea-dyed paper on it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's see how we do this. So I'm going to do that, but now I am going to take this and add it to this side here, and I'm using fabric glue. Let's cut that out. Cut that down there. So somewhere around there, we're going to cut it down. Oopsie. And then we're going to add this to it. Something like that. And then we're going to turn it over like that. And then we're going to add that part to our tag there. So ladies and gents, you can sew this. You can sew it here, like so. So for example, you can sew this here to make it more stable, right? So I'm bringing it to you this way because let's say you don't have a sewing machine. So if you use the right amount, the right type of glue, and then maybe you can protect it by putting I've already put a coffee dyed paper on it, but you can add more coffee dyed paper on it and it will give it a better protection. Okay, you can do that so that it keeps in place. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this part of it. Now the reason why I didn't glue it like that is because I don't want glue to go onto that. So I'm going to look for the lines here. Excuse me. And I am going to now add this part of the paper, this part here, and I'm going to lay it down so that edge and that edge there are going to be covered. Okay, now you can also lay this on top of that if you want to. Okay, but there's a reason why I'm not doing it that way. You can lay it on top of there, right? So you don't have to, but you can, and you will get a neater finish. But I don't want to do it that way. It's up to you, okay? Because I want to keep this clean, or I want to keep it clear, okay? So mine is on the outside there, okay? I mean on the inside, right? So it's up to you. And then now we're going to use this one on this side here, like that, okay? So let's see how big a piece we need. And especially if you are sewing it and you don't want it to show on the front side, then that's one way to go. Okay, so now what? Okay, so once again I am going to take it on this side, okay, and I'm going to lay it there, and I'm going to try to make it as centered as possible. Like that, and then turn it over like that, okay, and then add glue to this side here, and then okay. Now, did I mess up? I did. I meant to add glue onto the other side. Ugh, let's just take that out. Let's do that again, because I messed up. I was supposed to add glue onto the other side. So, sorry about that. Let me just clean my hands. And let's think about what I did. Okay, so let's start that again. So we want the glue here on that side, and I can see the glue here, so I'm gonna add it. Okay. There. Like that. And now we don't want the glue on that side. We want the glue on this side, because it's going to go underneath our tag like that. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that little piece out there, because it seems to be too long. Here, it's going to be hard now because we've got it glued down, but yeah, we can do it. If you're not fussy, actually we don't need to do it now that I think about it. I'll tell you why. But you know, I started it and I want to show it to you now, for those people that decide that they don't want to do it that way. Right, so now where are we going to add the glue? Onto this side. Right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to add the glue here, and then I am going to then take my tag from the back side of my tag. I'm going to line it up with the the lines of that tag there. Okay, and I am going to turn it in, and I am going to make sure that I got a good crease. Yeah, like that. Okay, and that's that there. That's what we did there. Now, as I mentioned, you are more than welcome to sew it on. It will be much better if you sew it on. Okay, I probably will take it and I will sew it on to my just now, like for example here and here. So if you're going to sew it, you sew it down here and you sew it down here. Okay, and on this side here you sew it down here and you sew it down here. Okay, so let's look at that again. You sew it down here and you sew it down here and you sew it down here and you can sew it down here. Okay, so in order to use it for the sewing version of this here. Okay, so that's it there, and then we're not gonna add a dangle. Let's take some of this and let's see. Okay, so just add that to that there, like that. And now I am using some, what is it called? Like a cotton. It is a cotton, kind of. Yeah. And you can use sari silk or you can use a ribbon to do this here. I'm just showing you because I have it on my table now. Alright, so you can do that. And then you can definitely cut it shorter. Sorry. Like that. Okay, so what do we have there? There we go. So now that's the no-sew version of it, and if you want to sew it, then you know what to do. Okay, as I said, I'm trying to show you a no-sew version of it, and you can add a sewing version of it. So in order to add more stability onto this here, or if, as I said, you don't want your paper to show, that to show, then all you can do is you can come back and you can say, right, let's do that. Let's add some coffee dyed paper to it. Okay, so that's clearly like that. Trying to line it up here. And where's my pencil? Seems to have disappeared from, oh, there's it. It's not disappeared, just went lower. Okay, and go there like that. But we will cut inside of the line if that's even possible. I find it very difficult as a lefty to do this. take your glue, move that out, and then add your nice strong glue to it. Like that. So I cut mine a bit short, but you get the picture. So now you don't see those that tape behind it. There you go. Okay, so that's that. And then remember this one here? I said we'll come back to it. Just wiping off the glue here. Okay, so I said we'll come back to this one here, and I want to show you what we've got over there now. Let's see if we've got anything here that we can add to it. Just, it's not going with the theme, but you can see what I mean. So it's a bit, it's too long, but if I cut it out there, then it'll be fine. And then you've got something that works like that on that side, and you've got a hinge on this side here. Okay. Right, so that's that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that I was able to give you some options where you didn't have to sew your hinges. Okay, so there's the one where it's inside the envelope over here, and these become pockets over here. There's the one with the CD, that you can do the same thing with the CD as you did with the envelope. Okay, then this one here, where it is the little pieces of paper that create the hinges. This one here, where we use washi tape as your hinge, and the last one where we use material to create your hinges. Okay, I'll go in and probably cover that up later. And there we go. And well, depending, do you want to write on this, or do you want to use it like a pocket in the book? Meaning, do you want to put it here and then glue it up and then use that as a pocket itself? Okay, so for example, do you want to use that become a pocket? Then you can do that. So what you're going to have is you're going to have a tag that flips over like that, closes like that, and that becomes your pocket. Okay, or you could just do that, and you could add a paper clip to it. I would. Like that. Okay, so those are the options that you have today. So ladies and gents, I do hope that you enjoyed that. It's trying to keep it a bit shorter and trying to show you some of the hinges. If you feel that you need any more explanation or process videos on the hinges, let me know. The one with the circles, I don't know where's the circle, huh? The one with the circles, this is part of my A to Z times 2 series, and this is C for circles. Okay, so you can pick this tutorial up on the A to Z times 2 series. Okay, so once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for all that subscribed. Take care. Have a lovely day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, join our Facebook group. I shall leave the link below. Join me on Instagram as well. I'm running a special on my Etsy shop at the moment, so pop by there and see what's on offer. I shall leave the link below for that as well. And remember, if you're making any of these creations, please do tag us on hashtag A2Z×2. Okay, bye bye ladies and gents. Have a blessed day from my side, Santani at Sunny Creates. See you next week.